Hi, my name's Josh, and I'm an artist. First off, I would like to welcome you to my channel in hopes that you'd stick around and watch me develop and grow. You're probably asking why, and same. I made this channel to help artists all around the world learn the knowledge that I've learned thus far, and to show those same artists that people learn new things every day. I've always wanted to be an art teacher, and I hope that this will suffice for that hunger, but I'm sure it won't, and I'll still be a sad boy because college is just too expensive. I'm going to be posting videos regularly about general art experience and knowledge, but I'll be sharing more in-depth videos and courses on Skillshare or other platforms in the near future. I apologize for not having a webcam at the moment, but that'll change probably soon, hopefully. It's not going to be a permanent thing for sure. This is a temporary setup. I'm visiting family for the holidays. Anyway, I'll show you guys, or tell you guys a little bit about me before going over the time lapse that's going on in the background. I'm 23, turning 24 in a few days. Shout out to the Scorpio gang. I live in Texas, and I've been doing art for as long as I can remember, since like a little kid. I remember doing this book in like 4th grade for an English project, and it had to be illustrated, and I remember being complimented pretty extensively for it. I think everyone in my family always knew that I was going to be an artist. We just weren't sure like what direction I would take with it, and I still don't. I started using Photoshop at like the age of 12, and I remember making these things called SIGs, or signatures. Some of you guys might know, but probably not. But there were specific forums dedicated to these things, and I met a lot of really cool people there, like a lot of people that were just into art in general and gaming. But actually one of my favorite artists, who is like a widely known concept artist now, he's not like my friend or anything, but his name is Phineas McManus. He was on one of these forums, and it was amazing watching him grow into like what he's become now. And he's like big boy status. I wasn't ever, like I said, I was never his friend. It was just like watching him from the sideline. He's just really cool, and watching him grow up, I guess, like into this crazy talented artist that he is nowadays. I was just a kid on this forum, and I think he was around the same age, but a little bit older. But he just had like a lot more talent than I did. Anyway, I think I was actually a little jealous, but that's fine. I'm super happy for him. Anyway, I started getting really deep into art in high school, and I took art all the way through high school, and eventually went into AP art, or honors art, for about 2 years, and I entered in a bunch of competitions like VASE. I'm not sure if that's a Texas thing or nationwide, but I won some awards. Not a whole lot. I think I went to other stuff, but I never won anything huge. I tried doing digital art in high school, but it never turned out well. I kept trying and got my own tablet. It's the Wacom Intuos Draw, the white and black one. I'll show you on the screen. And I forgot to say this earlier, but now I use an XP Pen 22E Artist Pro, something like that. But yeah, I started getting more into it, and I took some courses in college for graphic design after high school, but it never turned out well because I dropped out. College is just too expensive, unfortunately. But I mean, I got really big into concept art after that, and then started doing some matte paintings and photo bashing, and I'll show that on screen as well. It was an interesting process getting into concept art, because it wasn't necessarily painting or anything. It was just like collaborating a bunch of pictures and then painting on top of that, which is, I guess, kind of my style. Anyway, I started doing commissions and stuff like that, getting more into the digital painting side, and started delving more into portraits. But I knew that concept artists had to learn how to paint, and so that's kind of what led me there. And they also had to do 3D modeling, so I did a little bit of that and some sculpting, and that was pretty fun, but it didn't turn out too hot. So I stuck with portraits, and eventually explored more with anatomy, and started doing some D&D, Dungeons & Dragons commissions for characters for my friends and stuff. That's my main niche now, along with anatomy and stuff like that, and just colors. I love drawing hands and feet just because they have so much character to them, especially the hands. I'm just a sucker for emotion and character, which actually leads me into what I'm painting right now, what you'll see in the background. I'm a firm believer that a portrait is boring if it doesn't have interesting colors. I'm always going for the more saturated reds and greens just because they make for great flesh colors, and if you contrast the two, or kind of keep them in the same picture, they're both beautiful. And when you have so many colors that mesh, and they're not necessarily bright, but they're saturated and just look nice, they're great. I don't know. Portraits, they tend to look more interesting when there's something else other than the bust in the piece, so I usually add hands just because they typically add a bit more character to the subject. That's not always true, but I think it was the right thing to do in this case. You can see once again that the colors really stand out and they speak for each other, and I try to make sure that my colors are never ugly or muddy or desaturated or bland, whatever negative word you could use, pretty much. I just think that colors are great and everyone should use them as much as they can. I'll make some tutorials on how to make your colors pop and stuff like that in the future. Don't you worry. Well, that's all I've got for now, really. I just wanted to let you guys know a little bit about myself. Just a little bit introduction. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or anything like that. I'll try to make a Q&A video later on. Just depending on how these kinds of videos turn out. If not, I'll just kind of stick to the tutorial thingies. Anywho, if you want to see more videos from yours truly, don't be shy. Feel free to subscribe, leave a like. These things really help me out as an individual. They give smaller channels a lot of exposure in a quicker manner. Plus, you'll be able to know when I drop any great how-tos. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of this time-lapse accompanied by some beautiful music. I hope you all have an excellent day. See you.